Hey guys, Yellow Box Guru here. What is the law when it comes to yellow box junctions? One of the most common comments I see online is that it's simple. Well, let's see just how simple it is. Most people think that the highway code is the law. Actually, it's not. The highway code gives instructions on how to drive. Sometimes it quotes the law, sometimes it doesn't, but it's not the actual law itself. The highway code says that you must not enter the box until your exit road or lane is clear. What that means in practice is that you are supposed to stop and wait at the start of the box until the vehicle in front of you has completely cleared it and there is space to receive your vehicle on the other side. Now, of course, the vast majority of people don't drive like that. As you can see in this video, most people do follow the car in front. If the highway code was the law, then all of these vehicles could get a ticket. In fact, the vast majority of drivers would get tickets. So luckily the highway code isn't the law. So what is the law? The law is hidden deep inside something called the TSRGD 2016. It stands for Traffic Signs, Regulations and General Directions. You can find the yellow box reference in Schedule 9, Part 7, Item 11. Either search for it through Google like this, or you can find it on my website. There's a lot of text and references here, but this is the meat of what we're looking for. A person must not cause a vehicle to enter the box junction so that the vehicle has to stop within the box junction due to the presence of stationary vehicles. And this is the letter of the law. Let me take you through it. There's two key elements here. I'm going to start with the end of the sentence. It's only an offence if you stop due to stationary vehicles. So basically stop for any other reason and it's not. A good example is this taxi. He stopped to pick up passengers, so not an offence. There was a case in Wandsworth where the guy stopped to change the radio. Again, not an offence, and he won his appeal. Adjudicators are the people who assess ticket appeals if your appeal has been rejected by the authority. One adjudicator, in order to emphasise the law, took it to the extreme to note that you could stop in a box to, for example, light a pipe or admire the view and not be in breach of the law. It's quite a strange law actually, because if somebody did stop for one of those reasons, you'd probably think they're an idiot who deserves a ticket, but they're not actually in breach of the yellow box law. Now, obviously, most people don't just stop for the hell of it in a box, so this might not seem very relevant. However, there are other circumstances where it does become relevant. For example, you could stop for a pedestrian to cross the road, for a traffic light, or maybe the traffic in front is slow moving, merging, but not actually stopped. And there's one area where it becomes very relevant, and that's in relation to the gap between your vehicle and the stationary vehicle in front of you. Essentially, if there's a space in front of you that is longer than the amount you're in the box, adjudicators have decided you're not stopped due to stationary vehicles. So for example, if you're overhanging the box by 1 meter, but there's 3 meters in front of you, you're in the box by choice, not due to stationary vehicles, so no offence. You can see some examples of motorists winning their cases at adjudicator on this very point on my website. The second point from the law is the start of the sentence. Cause a vehicle to enter the box junction. This means the offence starts when you enter the box. Now, it's open to a certain amount of interpretation. However, there's been a lot of adjudicator cases looking at exactly what it means. In general, adjudicators have decided that if circumstances change afterwards to block your exit, then there's no offence. Now, the most common situation this applies to is what we call a stolen space. You entered the box, but afterwards the situation changed and somebody nicked your space. There's a lot of different ways in which this can happen, and I'll do a separate video showing different examples. But the most common is when someone changes lanes into your lane. For example, the red car here is not in breach of the law. However, the circumstances have to be unexpected, and adjudicators have decided it does not include the most common situation people get tickets, namely when they follow another vehicle into the box, which then stops. One adjudicator, in order to emphasise this point, stated that if the vehicle in front of you stopped because of a meteorite landing in the road, still the offence of stopping due to stationary vehicles has occurred. So if you have got a ticket, make sure that you check that you have actually breached the law as per the TSRGD 2016, not the highway code.